Fellas, to the NFL now, where the draft is Thursday and the Giants really have an opportunity to shake things up with the third pick. Penn State edge rusher Abdul Carter has the best odds to go in.
Our scouts and Joe have been doing a great job, and I'd say that, the process has been excellent every year. There's really good communication, and not just with the quarterbacks, with each position. It's okay to disagree. You're not going to be disagreeable. And everybody has thoughts and opinions of what they evaluate and what they see. And there's great conversation. I mean, I really enjoy our process of how we do it with the assistant coaches, with the area scouts, with the national scouts, sometimes the pro scouts, with Joe, myself, the people that are kind of in Joe's leadership group, our coordinators. There's a lot of good give and take.
All right, Brian Dable today, and Super Bowl champion Jason McCourty is hanging with us. What's the Wesley Snipes line? You can listen to Jimmy, but you can't hear Jimmy. We just listened to Brian Dable. J-Mac, what did you hear there?
Well, Brian Dable lives in my town, so I know him pretty well. What he's saying is, for all the husbands at home, you know what it's like to be at home. You can give all the suggestions in the world, but at the end of the day, once your wife makes a decision, you just say yes. And for the New York Giants, you can relate, Jay. For the Giants, they know, hey, Brian Dable and Joe Schoen, the general manager, they're going to be the two that have to be on the same page when it comes to making these draft picks. And that's whether it's at 3, 34, or 65. They have to be on the same page. If they're going to go with Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter at the third pick overall in this draft, then they better be fired up and excited as a unit. It is extremely healthy to debate who is that quarterback that's going to be available for them if they trade back into the first round, if they stay in the second round, their 34th pick. They have to come to that decision. But talking about it, throwing ideas out is the right way to be right now.
We were both really nodding our head at the beginning of Jason's answer there.
Yeah, we were. The Vikings nodding their head in agreement. They have a quarterback. They really like their quarterback of the future, J.J. McCarthy. The Michigan product was supposed to start last year, but a knee injury wiped out his entire season. He needed multiple surgeries. Coach Kevin O'Connell updating his status today. Take a listen.
He's always working, and now he gets the ability to, from day one, learn everything from day one as we go through our installations multiple times this spring, and just the different checkpoints. I think the spring is set up perfectly for JJ with where he's at. All of it is going to be kind of systematically planned out for him, and I think he's ready to attack it.
He was very clinical with that, very football with that. So how should we interpret his comments about McCarthy, sir?
Stop asking me about quarterbacks that aren't on this roster. It seems like all offseason we've speculated whether they were interested in Aaron Rodgers. Now there's been kind of rumors. Shefty said it, that don't be surprised if they're in the market to maybe trade for Kirk Cousins. I think what Kevin O'Connell is saying to us, hey, we're starting this offseason program. We have our quarterback. He's QB1, and he is ready to go. And I think that's the biggest part of this, because J.J. McCarthy, as many mental reps as he got last year, physically he is yet to play a snap in a regular season game. So him being 100% right now is huge, because it allows him to go out there and take charge of the offense from day one, and for the rest of the guys in that locker room to see him as QB1 and as a leader.
Okay. All right, you hang tight, because I have a question about a young running back that I'd like to ask you.
Okay.
But that's coming up later. NFL draft kicks off Thursday. One of the more intriguing questions will be who's taking Boise State running back Ashton Jeanty. Our Jordan Reed has him going out with us. All right, Jason, there are those around the league who believe the Bears are praying that Jeanty slips to them at 10. Are you feeling that Chicago should move up and try to go get him?
Oh, that running back position in a draft so deep, I'm going to say no. I don't want to give up those picks, including a second-round pick, to jump up to probably from being able to win a Super Bowl. I don't think so. They've done a ton this offseason to surround Hampton maybe at that 10 pick, or even maybe moving down to get a running back later on in the draft, I think would be the way to go.
Speaking of Hampton, our Jordan Reed has him going off the board to the Broncos at 20, so we will see. Kev?
North Carolina running back there. And then, Jay, the Browns have 2 of the top 33 picks. Both the second overall and then the first selection of the second round. And obviously, you're picking there. You have a ton of needs. One at quarterback with Deshaun Watson out all of next season with the ruptured Achilles. Jordan Reed's mock has Cleveland taking Travis Hunter in the first round. And then Alabama quarterback Jalen Milroe in the second. J-Mac, Milroe will be in the house Thursday in Green Bay. Some believe he has some similarities to another Alabama quarterback, Jalen Hurts, and obviously that's worked out pretty well in Philadelphia. Would you bet on the upside and use that pick early on Milroe?
I wouldn't use a first-round draft pick on Jalen Milroe, and that's not to say that you don't believe in the upside to him, but I believe that Jalen Milroe needs to be in a situation where he gets a chance to sit down and learn from guys in front of him and continue to develop. Now, when you watch his film and you look at this guy, he jumps off the tape. His running ability, his cannon of an arm, getting the ball down the field. He is a big play waiting to happen, and there's a ton of fear that's in the defense when he is out there on the football field. But allowing him to develop those mechanics and sitting down and using a second-round pick, maybe third-round pick, it gives you kind of the freedom to take a deep breath and let him sit there and develop.
He had his moments. He had that incredible performance in that wild win over Georgia, but 11 interceptions. It's all part of the crapshoot.
Yes.
That is the NFL draft. Great insight from J-Mac. We appreciate it.
Been projected to go as high as third in the upcoming NFL draft, but the odds have settled with him likely being drafted ninth by the Saints. New Orleans has Derek Carr in a contract for next season, but is looking for a franchise quarterback. Our QB guru, Dan Orlovsky, now breaking down what Sanders could bring to the Saints.
It's Shedeur Sanders' time, and he was the only quarterback to finish in the top 5 in touchdown passes, passing yards, and completion percentage in 2024, and he excelled despite a suspect offensive line. Sanders dealt with absolute chaos up front and was sacked an FBS high 94 times in the last 2 seasons. Defenses brought the heat, but he responded with 14 touchdown passes against the blitz last season, 9 more than he had in 2023. Shedeur's game relies on rhythm and timing, and he's flawless with a clean pocket. He completed 82% of those passes on plays when he wasn't pressured last season. Best in the FBS and the only quarterback over 80%. He's at his best throwing receivers open with anticipation and led the FBS in completions to open targets in 2024. With solid offensive line play, Sanders will be the ultimate point guard in the NFL.
Reed's new 7-round mock has been released. With the first overall pick, he's got Cam Ward going to Tennessee, and what's all but a done deal. It would be the first time the Titans have taken a quarterback in round 1 since Marcus Mariota went 2nd overall in 2015. At 9, he has Shedeur Sanders headed to the Saints. With Derek Carr's season uncertain, quarterback could be a need in New Orleans. Shedeur was mocked as high as number 1 after the season, but his stock has slipped down just a bit. The next second round now, Jalen Milroe going to the Browns. Milroe's 20 rushing touchdowns in 24, the most by a quarterback in Alabama history. Browns' current quarterbacks Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Deshaun Watson. In the 3rd round, Tyler Shuck to the Giants. Played 7 years of college football. He joined a crowded quarterback room that includes Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, and Tommy DeVito. But with the veterans, do they need to take a quarterback so high? We're going to find out. Jordan Reed, he was here along with Jason McCourty. Guys, thank you for joining us. Happy draft week. And Jordan, I want to start with you. Shedeur to the Saints at 9. Why do you believe this is a good fit for him?
Well, happy draft week, everyone. It's the best time of the year. But with Shedeur going number 9 overall to the Saints, let's generate some type of excitement around this franchise. We're talking about a team that hasn't drafted a quarterback in the 1st round since Archie Manning in 1971. Yes, you heard that correct. Archie Manning in 1971. So with Shedeur Sanders, I see somebody that is an extreme pocket passer that can play the game on time, and he's just a sniper from the pocket. Somebody that finished last season with a 74% completion percentage. Kellen Moore is looking for his signal caller of the future. Everybody saw the Derek Carr news that came out.